It's a new day and abundance is here. My name is Bisola Miriam, and this is another episode within the childhood trauma and narcissistic abuse series. And today we're looking at another type of family dysfunction. Another type of family dysfunction. And so another type of family dysfunction that I'm gonna talk to you today about is mother being violence. Okay, another type of family dysfunction is violence. So if you've seen a situation where your mother was treated violently or your father was treated violently, perhaps your mother was treated violently by your father or stepfather, or your mother was treated or your father was treated violently by your mother or stepmother, that in itself is traumatizing, and it is a source of childhood trauma. It is also a family dysfunction. Okay, witnessing violence in the family is a family dysfunction. Now, personally, I witnessed this because I witnessed my stepfather dragging my mother on the floor. My mother was pregnant with my younger brother, my stepbrother, and and the second and the one after me. So yes, I saw my stepfather drag my mother, who was pregnant, on the floor right before my eyes, in my presence. And that in itself is traumatizing. I mean, I have not gotten over those memories. Even now that I'm a grown woman, I am trying my best to, get over those dysfunction, and how all of that have impacted the way I show up in real life and the way I react and the person that I've become. But I must tell you that if I processed all of these childhood traumatic experiences, I would not have attracted the person that I married for 10 years in the first place. But you see, I had so many baggages from my childhood. I was running away from those baggages, and then I got into a marriage even before I healed, and I was too blind to see who I was getting involved with. And I'm just helping you today to understand that family dysfunctions are they are not your faults. That there is a dysfunction in your family is not your fault. And I would also say that I remember that in the first 3 years of my marriage with my ex-husband, there were times that I was also violent because it was something that I'd seen as a child. And because this person would trigger me not because I wanted to, but because this person would begin the violence. And so since it was something I was familiar with, so my default was to respond and react as well. But over time, I realized that that was not going to help me. I mean, I was basically shooting myself in the leg. And so what I learned when I realized and became mindful of where I was coming from and the fact that I didn't want to recreate the same pattern, I had to withdraw. And so my withdrawing reduced the physical abuse in my previous marriage, but exposed me to more of emotional abuse because I was no longer getting physical, right? And so that led to more of emotional abuse. And because I didn't want trouble, I didn't want fights, I didn't want issues, so it was easier for my ex-husband to continue to leverage on that. And you see, when psychologists say that many people need therapy before they turn 18, it is not a lie. Because we all are like walking corpses. We're like walking deads. Not literally dead, but we have baggages in our lives that we are yet to heal from. And if, for instance, you have witnessed violence, or you lived in a violent environment, even if it wasn't family violence, maybe it was violence within in the community you were living, or some sort of violence that you had to witness that you're yet to heal from. For instance, the Lekki Toll Gate massacre in Nigeria is a form of violence. So whatever kind of violence you've had to witness, especially violence in the family, it is important that you know what your trauma is and begin the journey to healing. And today I want to remind you also that I am taking donations in celebration of my birthday, and I want you to join me in making my birthday truly memorable. This year has been the most challenging for me, and I want my story to be a source of hope, a source of inspiration to many other victims of not just childhood trauma, but of course narcissistic abuse. And I want you to help me. I want you to support me. I want you to help me make more impact, so that copies of my book can go out there and be made available to a lot of people for free. And I want you to go to bisolamiriam.com/becomingbm, bisolamiriam.com/becomingbm. I look forward to receiving all of your donations. I cannot wait. Please, let's do this together. Abundance is here, there is no lack, and God bless you. I'll talk soon.